who are accustomed to watching us on Facebook Live are no doubt anxious to go back to watching as opposed to just listening. So we're making sure you are able to rejoin us as we get the ball rolling once again in terms of the live stream. So we're bringing up the other device, the other platform, Facebook Live, in just a moment. So we're good to go once again here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida, waking up to the news. He says, Dervan, good morning. Trust you're well. Just checking if you're broadcasting still. Platforms are down. Well, they're back up now, Mr. Lewis. Thank you very much. And all the very best to you and your family. And let's continue. All right, so with the service back, it means we can give you in the next few minutes before we start our interviews, we'll use the opportunity to share a couple of the events and fundraisers happening in the diaspora and related diaspora news. So the promotion of the 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference is on in earnest. So that's the upcoming 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference, scheduled to take place from the 16th to the 19th of June, 2024. The theme for the conference is United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity, and Youth Empowerment. United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity, and Youth Empowerment. The Diaspora Day of Service will take place on the 19th of June, 2024. And the event will be staged at the Montego Bay, in Montego Bay. In Montego Bay, the actual venue has not been announced. We will see how that goes. We will see how that goes. So let's take the break and come back. 15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:45 a.m. in Anchorage, Alaska. Seven, 7 o'clock. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're previewing some of the fundraisers and events in the Jamaican diaspora. We're in Canada at the moment, just sharing information out of Canada in that regard. So the Jamaican Women of Florida Empowerment Conference is on as usual this year. It will take place on Saturday, the 23rd of March from 8:30 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon at the Marriott Harbor Beach Resort and Spa. And the lineup of remarkable women this year, we're told: Dr. Camelia Lawrence, Tessan Chin, Cindy Breakspear, Sarah Mizier, and you're encouraged to get your tickets today. The Jamaican Women of Florida, that's the organization. You can Google them and learn more. But that's their lineup in terms of their participants in their Women's Empowerment Conference and Scholarship Luncheon. So that is one of the events to watch. Also coming up on the 22nd of March, Reggae and World Music's Best for 41st IRAMA 41st IRAMA, scheduled for the 22nd of March. And there's also the Health Advocacy Seminar organized by Martins International as well. And we're just trying to get to the other, scrolling through to get to the other notices quickly before we get the interviews going at 7 o'clock. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And we're in that segment still where we preview upcoming events, happenings, fundraisers in the diaspora. And the Afro-Carib Festival is being promoted as well. Taking a while to load, not sure why. But that's another big event coming up, this one in Florida. The Afro-Carib Festival is a fusion of cultures through music and food. It's where Black history meets reggae and a grand celebration of the diversity in the African diaspora. Performers scheduled are Nigerian Afrobeat sensation Fireboy DML, Grammy reggae star Kabaka Pyramid, Tony Rebel, Nadine Sutherland, Kenny Haiti, David Luca, and Young Wylin, and more. So that's happening in Florida. And there are a lot of these events across the diaspora, and we usually take the time to highlight these events, especially the fundraisers. That is how one of the ways in which the diaspora is able to contribute to nation building through those fundraisers. Oh, and we can also, since the internet service is back, just do a quick, invariably people want to know what's happening in Jamaica, what's in the news in Jamaica. Well, let's give you a quick scan of the stories. A couple of teasers on the front page, as in information on stories further in the newspaper. So a couple of teasers on the front page. Mourners gather in tearful tribute to former Miss Jamaica, Erica Ann Hamilton. And another teaser, as in what's coming in the Gleaner. Courts say non-disclosure clause blocks release of NHT Dexim pact. And that has to do with a story that was doing the rounds about non-disclosure agreement between a developer and the NHT, but that has fizzled. Raring to go, EOJ nears completion of training for polls as parties declare readiness. If you missed it, the local government election has been announced. Nomination day is the 8th of February, and election day is the 26th of February. So that's where it's at in that regard. And there's a picture of Glasspool Brown, Jamaica's Director of Elections. There's a story, Morgan Morris lock horns over alleged defamatory comments. Clarendon North Central Member of Parliament Robert Morgan has hit back at Moko Division Councillor candidate Romaine Morris's defamation claims, asserting that his lawsuit threat is an attempt to dilute or circumvent the truth. What a time for us to be having such a squabble on the with an election to take place in a few weeks. We will not bow, says I Create CEO. Battle lines drawn after receivership rescinded. The battle lines are drawn as digital media company I Create has vowed to take court action as it slapped down a deed of settlement release and indemnity sent by Sagicor to its legal team. More on the inside as we turn the pages of the Gleaner virtually. Mourners gather in tearful tribute to former Miss Jamaica, Erica Ann Hamilton. Septuagenarian sticks closely to aerobic system to stay fit. It's another story. Truck driver charged with vehicular manslaughter to go on trial. Man charged for murder of paralegal Sandra Risden. Trade unionist calls interdiction of NEPA building inspector oppressive. JCF mourning another cop's sudden death. Our sincerest condolences. Portland taxi operator charged for allegedly chopping ex-girlfriend. Another story in the Gleaner. Also in today's Gleaner, courts say non-disclosure clause blocks release of NHT Dexim Pact. Fitzhenley challenges Jamaicans to boost productivity. That's Government Senator Abka Fitzhenley. Doran Dixon advocates more mediation to diffuse disputes. Miller confident Portmore will be named a parish. Sculptor Sheed Cole transforms lives beyond art with 360 applied design. On the diaspora page this week, Jamaican Canadian dub poet Clyde Brooks lived to the beat of his own drum, says the story. Democracy cannot be bought is another story in today's Gleaner. In California, Black lawmakers share reparations plan with few direct payments. Jamaican consulate in New York moving to new address on March 11. And the cartoon in today's Gleaner, 2 frames. In the first frame, the Prime Minister supposedly saying, or purportedly saying, local government election day is February 26th. Go out and vote for the JLP and prosperity. And in another frame, the Prime Minister is supposedly saying, and remember, I was one of you. And also in the frame, the Finance Minister with his bag of money labeled MP's massive pay hike. And behind him, a male member of the public in tatters, looking perplexed. Patrick Staniger impacted lives of many is a letter to the editor. Other letters to the editor, Shamar Joseph's determination is commendable. Observe Black History Month beyond symbolism. And the letter of the editorial says, now get the thieves. There's more after the break. 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 8 a.m. in Hamilton, Bermuda. Not at all. Okay. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We trust we won't have any more issues today after the internet issues. Let's hope we don't have phone issues now, but we should be fine. We're standing by to hear from our guests in this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora live online here on Power 106 FM. We have in our lineup Chanel McPherson, cybersecurity information communication technology expert, currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in cybersecurity at UC, is that University of California, and Romaine Donald, computer programmer, animation, graphic design, CSS, and HTML, and Global Jamaica Diaspora East Citizen Security Sector, president of the Jamaica Ex-Servicemen and Women Foundation USA. And we're also expecting Mr. Andrew Sharp, president of Authentic Caribbean Foundation. And I believe Mr. Sharp is based in Massachusetts, is it? I think so. So we're not connecting with anybody just yet? Okay. All right. Let's see. We'll have to try and resolve that. Or we could go the WhatsApp route. That's an option. And see how that works out. And just do a WhatsApp call when people joining on the same line. Let's see if we can fashion that. In the meantime, Beverline in Toronto, Canada says, good morning, Sir D. Late, but sure under the weather. Sorry to hear that you're under the weather. Hope you'll get well soon. Rosemary Booth says, good morning from South Florida. Good morning, Rosemary Booth. Wesley M. Campbell says, good morning, Dervan. Good morning, Commissioner Wesley M. Campbell. Grace Shim says, chilly, in reference to the weather, I would imagine. And she says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Saturday greetings from the hilly west sun coast of Sarasota, Florida. Next weekend is the Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. Let's celebrate and look forward to a prosperous and a successful one. Work for peace. What good. And the same to you, Gray Shim. And thank you very much for your message. Galloway Kevin says, welcome to Broadcast House. Happy Saturday to you, Ambassador, and especially all who are of the household of faith. Good morning, Sir Malcolm, and all tuning in. Welcome to another wonderful weekend. Stay blessed and safe, everyone. There is a program that we're trying to get going again, another iteration of the program. And it it has to do with technology, and that's what let's see. Right. So it's just a matter of connecting, actually. Uh, as we said, we're scheduled to have joining us Stafford Grant, who chairs the Diaspora Northeast Citizen Security Sector, as well as president of the Jamaica Ex Servicemen and Women Foundation USA. Andrew Sharp is president of Authentic Caribbean Foundation. Chanel McPherson, cybersecurity information communication technology, currently pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in cybersecurity at UC. Romaine Donald, computer programmer, animation, graphic design, CSS, and HTML. And this is all about free coding programs for children across the Caribbean. Free, yes, you heard right, FREE in capital letters. Free coding programs for children across the Caribbean. And naturally, Jamaica is a part of that, or the children of Jamaica. And so that's what we're scheduled to discuss this morning in this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. But we're having telephone issues. There's a song, Telephone Love. We're not getting any love this morning. No telephone love, telephone issues. Uh, let's see. We trust that will be resolved in short order as we continue with more here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. And if there are those who are supposed to be on this call, on this in this segment, you could perhaps give us a WhatsApp call. That's an option, I would say. 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Let's see if that could work. 876 365 3346. That's the company cell phone assigned to me. And let's see whose number this is. 3346. We'll have to get this person online. So let's do this. Create new contact. And let's see if this is the person. Once again, please bear with us. Thank you for your indulgence. We've been having technical issues. and still trying to work those out here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we have our guests nicely lined up, but we're having issues contacting them. Calls not going through. Not sure what's happening here. Let's see if we can try another. All right, we're going to work on this. Stand by. 8, 7. Okay. 8. Something is off. So we're trying to fix it. All right, tell you what, let's see how this works. Let's see what we can do here. Bear with us, please, listeners. This is a very important program for the children of the Caribbean. Naturally, Jamaican children cannot be left out either. All right, let's see. Someone is connecting here. All right, so we have Stafford Grant calling through on WhatsApp. Thank you very much, Mr. Grant. How are you?
Doing well this morning. Thank you. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks, and giving thanks. Sorry, we've been having some technicalities this morning, but we're doing our best to make it happen.
Oh yeah, man, that's what it is with these technology thing. We got to tweet as we go along, man.
Yeah. Right. So while we try to get someone else on the line, or if someone else tries to reach us, well, let's take the break and come back. One moment, please.
Okay, great.
7:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 3:15 p.m. in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Contribute to Jamaican Diaspora. Wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we crave your indulgence as we try to get through the issues, connection issues, internet issues this morning. We thank you for your patience and understanding. So we had Stafford Grant on a short while ago, and now we have lost him. Let's see if he will reconnect. But it is obvious where the world is and the extent to which the world relies on technology and related paraphernalia, and hence the program which involves our children, coding and our children, and it's free coding, learning our children, teaching our children how to function in this kind of environment. And there is a program not limited to Jamaica, but it takes into account the entire Caribbean. And that's the program we're scheduled to speak about. Guess who's joining us online? Dr. Trevor Dixon is watching. He is an emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx, New York. And he lives in New Jersey. He says, good morning. Good morning, Dervan, Malcolm, and the entire Jamaican Diaspora family. Back in the city that never sleeps, praying for our brothers and sisters on the island and throughout the diaspora. Thank you very much, Dr. Dixon, for your message. Diana McIntyre Pike says, good morning, Sir Dervan, from Mandeville, Jamaica, and delighted that you are trying to speak to Stafford Grant, one of our lead partners for community tourism. We'll be more than happy to speak with Stafford Grant. And we're standing by. Let's see. Yes, it was my number that was sent out, Sharon Smith, because if we have a group call on WhatsApp and the connection is done with my phone, my assigned phone, 876-365-3346, it means we could have everybody, or we would have all the guests in one space, as in connecting to this device that is assigned to me, which I will then mic here in the studios. So that is my suggested solution, not off air, but on air, so that you, our faithful listeners, can get an idea of what we are doing. So we did this. When did we do this? A few days ago. We did something similar. So if I am WhatsApped, so to speak, on the company phone, 876-365-3346, then it means everybody who wants to be on will be on, because everybody would be piped through this one device. Thank you. So let's see. All right, so we just got confirmation that Chanel McPherson is online. Hello.
Yes, I am here.
Hi. Well, good morning to you, Chanel McPherson. Thank you so much for taking
Good morning.
time. You sound like you're in a busy environment, though. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes,
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 can you hear me?
yes, Chanel. Well, we're going to go
Oh,
straight.
yes, I'm here.
Great. Thank you very much, Chanel McPherson, Cybersecurity, Information, Communication Technology, currently pursuing a Bachelor's of Science degree in cybersecurity at
Yes.
UC. And UC would be,
University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, so it's actually UCC.
right, the other C.
Yeah.
Right. So how how what led you in this direction on this path that you're pursuing?
Well, thank you for asking, Mr. Malcolm. Now, what really led me is because of the digital transformation of the world, really. So, of course, we're in the technological era, and if we're within that era, we know that everything is currently transferring from our individual um, machines and desktops from paper to cloud-based services, and once everything is digitalizing, of course, we need to ensure that our data and informations are staying protected. So that was one of the reasons that sparked my interest because of where we're heading. And of course, I want to play a vivid. Of course, I want to play. Of course, I want to play a vivid role within that space.
Mhm. And how have you been received so far?
I've been received pretty well. I've been on several. I've been on several interviews. I've been contributing to the community, providing persons with digital literacy lessons. I've been engaged in the Internet Corporation for assigning my numbers. That's the that's the organizers that controls our IP addresses.
Mhm.
I've been at several conferences with them, and I even have another one coming up shortly in Puerto Rico, in which Jamaica is now able to have a voice in the policy development um, of the internet,
Yes.
and also the different domain names that are coming out, such as .com, it's already out, and some other domain names. So that's something that I'm looking forward to as well. Um, yeah, and we're also looking forward to incorporating, and it's already here, universal acceptance. That's also one that allows us to receive and send emails to persons who are living in different geographical locations. So, for example, um, we have Chinese characters, Arab characters. We are now incorporating that so that we're able to send emails to these different countries using their own character, and that's something that I've learned from being a part of the icon community.
Mhm. And what's the duration of the course of the program?
Well, coded is something that we started in 2021. It's a 8 weeks. It's a 8 weeks duration program that teaches kids how to do scratch coding, block based, and also text based coding. So it's an 8 weeks program.
Okay. I'm sorry. There's a bit of a delay in the background there.
Oh, my apologies.
Okay. All right. So you said Romain. That's Romain Donald, computer programmer
Yeah.
he's a part of the program as well.
Most definitely. Ramin and I are co-focused with the program.
Mhm. And
Yes. So he's very active as well.
yes. And is there any one person or institution you would like to credit for where you are so far?
Yes. We want to thank Authentic Caribbean for highlighting food into different Caribbean regions. But first, of course, all credit goes to the Ford grant from the Jamaica Diaspora and Northeast security sector, where he had came to us initially stating that he wanted to do an outreach program to serve kids from different communities here in Jamaica. And of course, we jumped at it and we got started. So all credit goes to Mr. Stafford Grant, Mr. Andrew Sharp, for not only letting Code Ed remain here in Jamaica, but we're also providing an outreach to Caribbean countries as well. So all credit goes to them.
Right. So Mr. Grant is back on the line. Are you there, Mr. Grant? It's sounding a little distant now, though. Sorry. Mhm. Yeah. Yes. How did you get involved in this program?
Dr. Fairness introduced it to a forum, and I were working with the community with the youth before, and I say this is something that I want to introduce to the youth, especially the inner city youth that are underserved, and this is where it all started. Dr. Karen Duncan was the chairperson for that, but at that time, and she was so excited when she started to help push the initiative, and we have this special program. Now the rep for the diaspora audience, and she was overhead excited about the whole program. So that we seek collaboration with other NGOs, and I'm very happy that Authentic Caribbean, Mr. Just Sharp decided to come on it, and we decided to really push toward the Caribbean. I'm very excited that we have local teachers, Chanel and Romaine, that they were willing to give back to the community. And this is what we want to do, engage our youth in the community. But Dervan, before I go any further, I just want to make a clarification here. I think earlier you mentioned about the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. Well, we are not really operating as a global Jamaica Diaspora Council. We are the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast.
Oh yes. Thank you. Thank you. That's all right. Mhm.
So, Romain, that's Romain Donald from the program. Yeah, just about.
Oh, that device is feeding back into us, though. It's
Okay, yes, all right, I'm getting it.
see if we can. Yes. Right. So, sorry. Let's just hold a moment. Let's take the break and come back, please. "7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 4:30 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Can you see the iron on this? Can you see the iron on this? That no, the iron? No, but it has to be iron thing on it.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We have online Stafford Grant, who chairs the Diaspora Northeast Citizen Security Sector. And we you also have duties with the Jamaica Ex-Servicemen and Women Foundation, correct?
Yes, that's a foundation that is working closely as I'm the president of that. We use that to help to get to the youth, and I am really happy that we have a partner working there in Jamaica of the Nexus 101 Optimistic Club. So with the foundation, the Ex-Servicemen Women Foundation, and working in collaboration with the Optimistic Club, we get into the communities which we donated computers, because some of these schools are, they're very eager to be a part of the program, but they're lacking of the computer or laptops to do that, to the work. So we assisted them. We donated the Diaspora Northeast Citizen Security donated over 20 computers for the past 2.5 years. Recently, we just donated 15 computers in October. 10 computers were donated to schools in the inner city through the effort of the Optimistic Club that assist us. And these go to schools that have challenges, kids with autistic or that. We try to focus in that area also. And we don't want to leave out the infant school, so we more focus on the kids at this stage from 12 years and under. At the moment, we are planning to have a Saturday program that kids who are not able to do the after school program, because this program will be running, Jamaica will be Thursday and Fridays from 2:30 for 2 hours, and Grenada and the islands will be Monday, Tuesdays. So we are working it out the way that we can get as much of our youths to be a part of program to learn. And Dervan, interestingly, the police youth clubs across Jamaica so far, is showing great interest through the leadership of Assistant Commissioner Bishand and Ava Lindo and Sergeant McIntyre. We're working with the police youth organization, because there are so many youth organizations, and with that we can help to really get those that are really not in school but some of the dropouts. So we are trying to educate our people as best as possible.
Very good, very good. And this initiative, is it that you have targeted certain communities to carry out this initiative? Is it that they get in touch with you and then you decide if they will be a part of the program? How what's the decision making process like?
No, it's all across the board. It's all across the board. No community is excluded at all. And even we are looking forward that within the communities, that's why we're going for the Saturday program. We are in that even adults who need to learn computer, because I know it's very expensive for them to try to get a course in it, but it's all across the board. And that's why we are trying to work with the schools, with the Optimistic Club. We're working with the police youth organization. And recently we have a discussion, not directly with the coding initiative. There was a program we had with the Project Stars. So with that, we are trying to we're going to have negotiation with them so that we can spread it across. So there's no pick and choose. All who are interested to learn, then, because, it is always said that any man can learn anything at all if he will, but no man can teach except to those who want to learn. So we want to put it out there that those who want to learn will come. There's no exception at all.
Very well put. So I gather is an event happening coming up in Puerto Rico?
an event. For the clothing.
Specific to myself and just to gain more insights and
Yes.
just to have to make kind of an input. It's not necessarily a part of our current program, however, there's much to learn and much to share with everybody.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that clarification. And so is let's see, is Andrew Sharp on? I'm not sure. No, no, not able to connect for whatever reason. Sorry about that. All right. So yes, go ahead, Mr. President.
Oh, okay. Andrew may be having a little difficulty. At this time, he is in Grenada, and he's in Grenada to meet with the teachers. He was in Grenada for the launch of the coding program on February 1st. We have that launch, and we were hoping to get you on, but you were occupied at the time for your program. But Andrew is in Grenada. I know he's very excited to get on, and he is a strong person that is pushing this initiative across the Caribbean, and especially for persons of disability within the schools, and to get those that are at disadvantaged to be a part of a learning process. So it is a thing that we are looking forward to have more of the Jamaican schools. It is their best for we to focus on the schools. That's why we want to put it out there, because we need support. We need it to although we are trying to give it for it to be free to our people. We would love to see the private sectors and other organizations and even individuals support the initiative, because with that we can be more sustainable with our program. And this is going for 3 years. We are going 3 years now, so we are doing it, but it's a struggle. And to keep our people more educated as the world becomes so involved in technology.
Mhm. And can you give us a general idea? I don't know if perhaps Chanel Chanel is on.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, there you are. Yes. How are the particular program or programs? How are they administered? How you uh, is it mostly virtual or physical?
Well, yes, majority of our classes virtual lessons. Persons are able to join from their respective schools. Currently, we're doing the after school program. So, majority of our students some may be home, doesn't matter where they are in the world, or where they're placed. Or classes are mostly virtual.
Okay. And
so we use a lot of.
Sorry, go ahead. Hello. Hello. I think we lost somebody. I'm not sure who. Hold on.
May I just jump in to see what you lost out there? Yes, it's all virtual. Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it's all virtual. And this is where we think we can reach a lot more across, because it's not possible to get to a lot of teachers go to venues to be in person. So virtual that, and I want to say that all those that registered for the program will have access to the cloud. All who registered will have a password, they will have access to the cloud, so they can go back even in their spare time and look what they've done, and they can do practices and all this type of thing. And they will also, at the end of it, they will get a certification of participation, that they did participate in it. So it is something that we would love to see others could step up and assist some of the schools on the areas with hotspots, because there are a lot of other persons in Jamaica that show great interest. But if the community can step up and help the schools or those organizations, the churches, or what the kids to be a part of it with internet service, and that would be great. I think we reach more of our inner city communities that needed that assistance.
Mhm. And how far do you take them when they come into the fold? How what's that relationship like?
Are you meaning with the course or with age
With the
groups?
course?
With the course. The course goes for 8 weeks. And after that, we have a break. Then we start another 8 weeks. So, with those that are in now, or what we are starting now from 12 years and under, is the introduction of scratch coding. It's named as the introduction to coding. And that is something that myself love. I loved it. We go into animation and graphic design. Now, it depends on what an individual wants to do. If they want to do animation, then the course focus with them on animation. So they will start. The classes will also be divided in groups based on their interests. So if not everyone going to want to do graphic and animation. Some are very interested in animation. Some are interested in graphic. And from there on, we go forward to HTML and CSS, which is coding really into that. So the basic thought there and giving the idea. So it is that we try to make it be a consistent thing, very, very, keep rolling. That's why we ask for the support and have the kids to be on.
And how consistent have the students?
Well, I would say not like how we expected, and the thing that we are experiencing in Jamaica, well, we're not yet fully experienced that in the Caribbean because we just started this trip with Caribbean. But going over the past 2.5 years with Jamaica is the internet service. Last year, one of our session, I think it was March, that's our session, we have over 172 participants registered, but only 32 finished the course, the 8 weeks. And because of the internet service, the fluctuation, they do not have proper connection. Sometimes they're on, they're off. And also with gadgets, they are not it could be gadgets because sometimes they share a computer and it's not available at the time. So if we they are very interested. They are we have participant comes on, but I say there are challenges with the equipment and also especially internet service.
I see. Well, what we could do when we come back from this break, if you don't mind, hang on a moment. We're going to a break right now, but we want to give you an opportunity to make a general appeal to to the relevant individuals, especially those who are hearing about it for the first time and maybe are likely to get excited. We want them to know exactly how they can come on board and what will they need to do and what can they expect. So after the break, one moment, please. 15 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 12:45 p.m. in Bamako, Mali. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM as we continue to demonstrate what can happen when Jamaicans at home join hands with Jamaicans abroad. And the case in point, this coding program that has been going on for some time now. How long has it been?
Yeah, this year will be 3 years.
Mhm. 3 years. And was that the plan when you set out to put in a couple of years and then move on, or do you just keep it going for as long as you can?
No, the vision is to keep it going, and the vision is to have it in school, and hoping that some um, company or foundation will sponsor an after school program in the school system. So this is something we are introducing there because we are trying to build the platform for our youth to get developed to computer. When you look at the other countries, some of the IT countries around the world, their kids are so brilliant, the youth. So we want to have our youth be more exposed. And if we have that more in the schools, especially starting from the infant school coming up, that would be great. And this is what we need to focus on. And I'm hoping that the alumni and the other foundation within communities across Jamaica can look into this more seriously as how we can have that a part of our donation to our community, especially to the schools, the basic and the infant schools. That is our vision.
I see. And let's just bring Chanel back into the conversation for a moment. Chanel, are you still with us? Hello? Chanel, are you there? Not hearing Chanel at the moment. We'll continue here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM as we feature a life-changing program that is coding, especially for the young people. And apparently it has been going very well, but obviously we know that you could always deal with more or do with more in terms of support on all fronts, and we trust that you will continue to get that support. Chanel? No, okay, I think we lost the call. All right, so we'll have to come back to you then, Mr. Grant.
Oh yes, no problem at all.
Yeah. Right. So for those who are not aware of what coding is and what it would mean for them, and what it has meant for them, can you speak to those individuals listening to us now who perhaps haven't a clue what we're talking about, to give them an understanding of why they can have opportunities by virtue of this kind of foundation being laid?
Oh, sure. The simple way to put it is coding is the back end of whatsoever we read in the newspaper and in books and things like that, because those are coding in ways of computer language that translate to words that we read. So that give everyone the opportunity who knew about it, who willing to learn, give the advantage to work in companies and firms that do computer programming, because that's what they also need to have these things being put out in the media for one to read. And when you look on the advertisement board and all those fancy stuff that going around, the animation is come from coding, and there's a back end that translates all those things out there. And it is something that not only for the coding, but they need technicians, and you have to have understanding of what coding is.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have Andrew is calling in. I hope we can link him in.
Sure.
Yes, I am on. I'm going to link you with Mr. Dervan for a minute. Yeah, stand by. All right.
Okay, sounds like we have Andrew Sharp online. Morning, Andrew Sharp. How are you?
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Sharp. No, not yet.
No, hold on. He's going to come on now. I think it's.
Hello, Andrew Sharp. Are you there? Oh, sorry about that. Well, let's see if we can.
I was trying to
hold on. All right, hold on. I think we're going to get you on now. I think we're going to get you on in just a moment. Listeners, thanks again for your indulgence. We've been having some technical issues today. Thank you. All right, so I believe we have Mr. Sharp now. Are you there?
Yes, Mr. Malcolm, how are you doing? Pleasant good morning.
I am fine, thanks. And you? Good morning to you too.
Not bad at all. I'm just sorry for the change of hour because I'm here in Eastern Caribbean, Grenada. So that's why the time difference. My apology.
That's all right. We know how it is. It happens. And so let's talk about how you got the how and the why of your involvement in this coding initiative.
Well, being a part of Jamaican Diaspora, and I am always looking how we can collaborate as organization. And Stafford Grant, who has been, a very important support for the diaspora in terms of his work with the youths. And when I heard he had the computer coding, I said, wow, this is a good initiative for us to bring it to the Caribbean. And you know that I work with the entire Caribbean. So, before we did teaching for the teachers throughout the Eastern Caribbean countries. And then I thought about, the importance of after-school program for the youths, especially we want to ensure that the youths are not, gone astray. So I said, this is something that I know they would be interested in doing. And then I said, let's do a pilot project. Last year, we did a pilot project to see how the response and how the students would have gravitated to the program. And it went well. I mean, we did 100 students across Grenada, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. And out of that pilot project came about the after-school program. I said, well, let's bring it as an after-school program. And also I said, well, Stafford, let's bring in Jamaica into this after-school program also. So it becomes a regional after-school program. And I'm really, really excited that the orientation we did this past week was a big success. We had students from St. Kitts on, students from Grenada, Carriacou, from Jamaica. It was really, really great.
And how do you feel about the level of interest so far?
Highly interested. I mean, very highly interested because, as I said before, our organization how can we really occupy our youths? How can we make opportunities available for our youths? So yesterday I visited one of the schools that was on the orientation, and I must say, Dervan, we have not left out anyone, because some of the schools that included in the after school programs was kids from the disability schools. So yesterday when I visited them in Grenada, because I'm in Grenada, and I visited those schools yesterday just to see how the area that they're doing the course, and meeting with the principal and the teacher. One of the child saw me and he run up to me and say, "Hey, there's the coding guy, the coding guy." So it has been a really great response. The kids love it. The teachers are very impressed. Even adults says they want to learn the coding themselves.
Mm-hmm. And how equipped are you to keep this program going?
Well, Authentic Caribbean Foundation funded the first 2 batches of program. It is low-hanging fruits, so we are going out to donors to get support from the donors. I mean, the program is under 5,000 to fund it, and we are planning to continue this program for the next 5 years. There's a lot of other schools in the community that needs it. And another thing that we're doing too with this program, we're addressing the at-risk youths in the community. So while I was in Grenada, I was looking at community centers where we plan to roll out the coding for 12 to 25 years old youths who are in the community. And when I went to one of the centers and meet with the person who was in charge of the center, they were excited. Even the community people who were around the center was so excited, because they say, "Oh, that's another opportunity for the youths in the community who is able to learn to become expert." Because we have to think 21st century where things are going now. I mean, when you look at remote work, and to be able to set our youths in a position that they can be expert, they can work remotely for international companies. They can become entrepreneurs by building website for persons and other stuff. I mean, when you talk about scratch coding and animation, you look at the movie industry, that's all where they're going now. So to be able to position the Caribbean region in that space where we can be up there as a 21st nation for our youth, I'm proud. I'm very proud.
Wonderful. Hold it right there. We need to take a break and come back and wrap this segment. One moment, please. 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Kyiv, Ukraine. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Cleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And Marlon Hill, Esquire, Jamaican born, Florida based attorney, among other things. He's greeting us. He says 8 a.m. Eastern Time in the parish of South Florida. LOL. Okay, Marlon Hill. Thank you very much for tuning in and all the very best. And thank you very much, Andrew Sharp, for holding the line.
Yes, sir, man.
Right. So I like the fact that you are ensuring that there is inclusivity. It is so important that we that people don't get left behind for whatever reason, and it should never be, and it shouldn't be for uh, a disability or otherwise. As long as there's the interest, as long as uh, people need to be taught, let's get them in the program and make sure it is done. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, man, and Dervan, you'll be surprised how these kids with disability embrace the coding class. I mean, when we did the pilot project in the summer last year, we had a few of the kids with disability that was enrolled in the class, and you'll be so surprised how they perform well. They did the course. They were on top of it. They were even doing better than those regular kids that were enrolled. So we're so happy to have these kids included in it. And you're so right. No one should be left out.
Mhm. That's right. And so, it hold it right there for a moment. Let's let's bring back into the discussion right now. Let's see. Just a moment. Just a moment there. Just going through our list. Here we go. Right. So then, as we get ready to wrap, going forward, Stafford Grant, what's what's the outlook? What's the outlook going forward, and why we should encourage more of our children to engage in coding?
Okay, I love that question. That's very beautiful. I really enjoying that question. It is the end game of it that we are looking forward for is accredited certification for this. So this is building up, this coding building up to getting accredited companies or organization that have that access to give the course, so that when any participant completed that course, they will have an accredited certification that they can seek a job with it. So this, what we're doing now, we are not unaccredited. We are just educating our people, and from that they can advance. They have a knowledge to go into either the college or what. See, we have a Amber Heart Academy there, so we give them an access to go there. So we are working closely. There is a company that our foundation that we are working with. We are in discussion with them. Hopefully, we will get things sorted out for maybe by sometime mid this year. This foundation is working right now in Jamaica. They are giving courses to I think some school out in the rural parishes there in Jamaica. So we are now in discussion with them to be a part of our program that we can give to our people accredited certification, accredited course that they can look to get a job. So this is where in that it is very interesting for them to start now, because the end game, that is what we are working for, accreditation.
And I'm not sure how much of it you have mentioned already, but in terms of the 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 trip to Grenada, is that that ties in with the program?
Absolutely, because the regional, that's where the trust is.
Oh,
Right across the Caribbean, they're very keenly interested in that. Even in the curriculum, they're looking at how they could include that in the schools to teach the coding to the kids. So to be able to support them on a regional basis from Jamaica right down to Trinidad, we're looking at how we can support the institution working with the ministries of education um, to provide those kind of training. And the focus for me is after school program, because in the United States there is so many after school programs for the kids, and to be able to provide after school program is very crucial. I'm really happy to be working with Stafford for Jamaica, being he being the boots on the ground to be able to give those kids in various areas this opportunity to come and learn more, and to be able to, the end game is for accreditation. And as before Dervan, we utilize our diaspora opportunities, that especially in Massachusetts where we have a lot of universities, the end game is for them to enroll into international programs or exchange programs so that they can benefit.
mhm. And for those who would like to learn more about the work being done by you and the other members of the team, where can they turn? Is there a website? Is there a link somewhere?
Absolutely. I mean, on our website, we've placed it, AuthenticCaribbeanFoundation.org. We have all our programs and stuff listed there. And Stafford,
Yes, we do not have the website on the website, but they can um, call me at 484-767-4543, or they can contact our diaspora leader, Ms. Michelle Tolonil, at 215-620-6344. And this is all about the diaspora Northeast pushing the initiative to help our people back in Jamaica. And I also want, before I wrap up there, I want to say thanks to all the diaspora and the local Jamaicans that have been supportive by working with us. Thanks to Miss Michelle O'Neill and all the other members of the think tank to be that they have supported us. And Mr. Dervan Longmore has promoted so much on his radio program, and we have to extend sincere gratitude and say thanks for all those that put in that effort to see that this thing be a success for people.
Wonderful. Well,
and
sorry, go ahead.
and Dervan, we don't want to leave out Dr. Claire Nelson, who has been pushing for U.S. Caribbean engagement, and who was the one who really told us what can you do to benefit your country. And by us, looking at things that we can do, especially low-hanging fruits, to support Jamaica and the region. We want to say thanks to her for her encouragement and her leadership.
Indeed, we have been seeing her messages popping up. She says, hold the date for February 29, Community Forum on the UN Summit of the Future. Jamaica government is co-chair of the Committee for Future Generations Pact. What is the future we want? Let's get together and have a conversation, she says. She says, getting ready for Black History Month at the White House. The focus will be Bob Marley, the impact of his music and message on social justice in the USA. And then there's Nicola, who's also messaging us. And we see uh, Gordon A. Charlene says, good morning to you, Dervan, and listeners from 32 degrees New York City. Happy Black History Month and happy Reggae Month, says Gordon A. Charlene. And let's see, Inez Iona Campbell is also saying, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Canute Lawrence says, good morning, Dervan Malcolm from Toronto, Canada. Dr. Andrew B. Campbell, aka Dr. ABC, kicks off Black History Month with the launch of the Dr. ABC Educational Scholarship Foundation for Youths in Jamaica and Toronto tomorrow at his inaugural brunch titled Iron Sharpens Iron, Black Excellence 365. Thank you very much for sharing, Canute Lawrence. All the very best and enjoy the rest of the weekend. And once again, thank you, Andrew Sharp, for the work you continue to do. And of course, thanks to Stafford Grant. And I'm calling names now. I'm going to get into trouble. Who am I leaving out?
And Dervan,
Yes.
this is how we say collaboration and working together can really build a better Caribbean, a better Jamaica. Because when we had connected with Stafford, it was really good to see how we can work together to really, and we encourage other organizations to do the same. As it says, unity is strength, and we gotta work together. And I always say, you know me, Dervan, one Caribbean.
That's
one
right.
Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. All the very best. And let's keep in touch as usual as we continue to track your progress. All the best.
Thank you for having us on. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And we thank Chanel as well, who popped in earlier on. Thank you all so much. Bless you too. Bye-bye. This is the Jamaican Diaspora live online. More in a moment. 8:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 1:15 p.m. in Ouagadougou. The number. You don't have a number? You didn't get a number? How many more to go? How many more to go? Can you throw in something else? Oh, I'm coming. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. And it's been one of those mornings, but we're fine. All is well. It's we are scheduled to speak with co-founder of the Nakalva International Alumni Association, Dr. Gershom Nelson. We are, for some strange reason, we're not seeing the contact information. So we have a little matter on our hands there. But we do have the background information and a couple of flyers with information, except the, let's see. Yes, except the, well, we don't have the contact information. So sorry about that. So what we're going to do now is to share with you information on today's guest, Dr. Gershom Nelson. He has a PhD in Latin American history from the University of Illinois at Chicago, Illinois. Masters in African history, University of Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. Bachelor in education, educational psychology and history, University of Manitoba, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Among the universities where Professor Nelson has worked are the University of Illinois, Chicago, Frostburg State University, Maryland, Eastern Michigan University, where he was head of history and philosophy for 10 years, and the University of Central Missouri, where he was the Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences for over 10 years. Dr. Nelson retired in 2019 as Professor and Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, University of Central Missouri, and relocated to Orlando, Florida. In 2021, he co-founded and registered the Nocalva International Alumni Association as a 501c3 not-for-profit corporation to raise funds for scholarships in support of financially challenged students in Jamaica. Author or editor of the following books: The Evolution of God in Human Imagination, The Judeo-Christian Path and Beyond, Archway Publishing, Bloomington. The Life and Works of Rudolph James, founder of Black Adventism in Canada, Langley Park, Maryland, Institute for Afro-American Scholarship Publishers, 1998. Legacy of 1492, edited, New York, Whittier, 1994, editor. From Outside of Western Civilization, Frostburg, Maryland, G. Aston Nelson Books, 1991. Dr. Nelson has also written numerous chapters and articles in books and journals, magazines, for example, Fidel Castro in Great Leaders, Great Tyrants, edited by Arnold Bloomberg, Westport, Connecticut. Greenwood Press, 1995, The Roots of Liberation Theology in Legacy of 1492, New York. Whittier, 1994, Rastafarians and Ethiopianism in Imagining Home, Class Culture and Nationalism in the African Diaspora, edited by Sidney Lemel and Robin D. G. Kelly, London. And Verso, 1994, and Catholicism and Evangelicalism under Sandinismo in Essays, Mid-Atlantic Conference on Latin American Studies, Spring 1993. Among the areas in which Professor Nelson has taught and supervised, these are Latin American history, African history, world history, and international relations. Dr. Nelson knows from experience that through education, the individual can create the preferred future. He is, therefore, determined to help as many young people as possible to take control of their lives and create the most desirable future possible. And here's his project, his initiative. March 24, 2024, performance for scholarships to Jamaican citizens, Jamaican students, I beg your pardon. The Nocalva International Alumni Association Incorporated, KIAA, is a 501c3 not-for-profit corporation which supports education and training at Nocalva Polytechnic College, KPC, located in Hanover, Jamaica. Nocalva has had a history of recruiting students from all 14 parishes in Jamaica and preparing them to work primarily in the areas of agriculture and education. With a new and enhanced mission as of 2018, Nocalva has diversified its curriculum and will play an increasing prominent role in advancing Jamaica's goal to become more globally competitive in food production, manufacturing, marketing, security, and technology. To that end, they're seeking support from everyone, all who have value, self-sufficiency, and national self-determination. They say they seek support especially for financially challenged students with academic promise. KIAA Inc. is currently offering 10 scholarships to students enrolled for academic year 2023-2024. Each scholarship represents 100% of a student's tuition, or 90,000 Jamaican dollars. We plan to increase the number of scholarships at KPC in 2024-25, they say, and at the same time, challenge the institution to become more innovative and entrepreneurial. Donors can help to advance the goal with a tax-deductible contribution of any amount. And they say they have made it easy for almost anyone to participate in their fundraising effort. One way is to secure tickets for the March 24, 2024, 3 p.m. performance of the play Look What Fell Out of the Mango Tree by two Jamaican actors, Deborah Earhart and Christopher Grosset. The play is about honest communication, forgiveness, reconciliation, and developing the strength to overcome some of life's most stubborn obstacles. The performance will take place at Trinity Preparatory School Auditorium, 5700 Trinity Prep Lane, Winter Park, Florida. We'll leave it there for now. Back in a moment. "8:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. 7:30, make that 7:31 a.m. in Aguascalientes, Mexico.
Despite our challenges, you never give up. I'm sincere.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Good morning to Albert Lewis in Coconut Creek, Florida. He says, good morning, Dervan. Hope everyone is well. We're giving thanks as usual, Albert, and all the best. And may you and your family continue to be strong, especially at this time. Lawman Lynch says, good morning. Good morning, Lawman Lynch. Courtney Kristovich says, good morning, Dervan Malcolm. Enough respect. Greetings from Hamilton, Bermuda. Welcome, Courtney Kristovich in Hamilton, Bermuda. Good to see you online. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Good morning to Trudy Williams, who has helped us to curate this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. It's an opportunity for us to learn about another sport other than the usual ones. So we're standing by to be joined by the members of the Driftwood Gun Club shoot, the winners, male and female, and the organizer. The two winners also shoot abroad and are preparing to qualify to compete in the World English Championship. And both shooters shot 95. For those who are familiar with the sport, both shooters shot 95 and had to duel in a shoot-off to determine the overall winner of the shoot. And what we can tell you is that Simpson is now three-time winner of the Driftwood Gun Club, the Driftwood Gun Club shoot, while Aliana is the four-time winner for the female section. She won 4 straight times, while Simpson won twice, missed 2023, and won this year. Aliana has won the female section more than any other female. Aliana is the first female to reach A class. Her score of 95 is the highest by any local female in sporting clays. She shot 14 of the 17 stations perfectly while losing 5 birds on 3 stations. Simpson shot 12 of the 17 stations perfectly while losing 5 birds on 5 stations. In addition to winning the ladies section, Aliana won the junior section. She's 16 years old. She was named as the Jamaica Skeet Club's Female Sportswoman of the Year for Sporting Clays. Christian Sasso is the Sportsman of the Year for the sport. He won the A class for the shoot after shooting 92. And so that's the general information. And I think we have all three on the line now. All right, trying to get them on. We thank you once again for making it the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. Here's a message from the organizer of the Jamaica International Independence Foreign Song Competition, saying, "Greetings, Dervan and friends in the diaspora. Please remember to join us at Sparkle D's Restaurant and Lounge this evening at 7 in person and on Facebook Live for the launch of the Jamaica International Independence Foreign Song Competition 2024. And that's from Gary G. Thank you for keeping us in the loop as we continue with more here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. So let's get to it and say hello and welcome to our guests. We're going to start with Christina East of the Driftwood Club. Good morning to you, Christina. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. Thank you so much. Hope we didn't wake you up. Thank you very much for joining us. Also online, Craig Simpson, are you there? Good morning to you. Why does this name look familiar? Craig. Indeed. I remember the name and I remember the face. I see the display pic here. Yes, wonderful. I am all right. Good to talk with you after so many years. So it is. Also online is Aliana McMaster. Welcome. And let's see now. So where do we start? Let's start with you, Christina, in terms of, especially for the uninitiated, those of us who are perhaps unfamiliar with the sport, in general terms, so that everybody gets it. Can we start there? If you could, please. By all means. So please go ahead and give us an idea of how this sport takes shape in competition. Mhm. 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 Oh.
the whole thing. We had content for the shoot which was proven well,
Hmm.
like we also had volleyball and fidelity because functional that several other partners came on board for other teams. So it's great to get this is the 20th anniversary of the shoot. So we always get good support because it's always great fun. We have a lot of spectators who are so come. So pretty much we hosted this year about 280 people at the
Hmm. It sounds like it has been a busy start to the year so far.
well, it's a good start.
Hmm.
It allows the shooters to prepare for our foreign shows that are coming up. They all go abroad to compete and it's a good training ground. It's a good start for them.
Yes. And well, let's hear from Craig and Aliana. Thank you, Christina. Just a moment, don't move. Uh, so, Craig Simpson, this is a sport that requires a high level of discipline. Would you say? Mhm. And in terms of where Jamaica stands in the face of the world, so to speak, we're involved in everything. How are we doing, or how have we been doing in the sport from your vantage point?
Jamaica has been well represented for the past in plenty of stories that I've heard by the great storytelling. Who's actually, who's actually lucky to get the national to choosing all of the a few years ago. So featuring it's not something new. It's been around for a while. However, the discipline of sporting clays emerged, I would say, in the last 25 years.
Hmm.
And the switch from shooting mainly to where sporting clays has been dominated. And it's still a target. The target slightly bigger, which you shoot at. However, it's just a different format. And sporting clays is represented, in a way, around different venues, shooting the target presentations at different angles against different backdrops. So it's a lot more, creative. Where Skeet was just, in one uh, semicircle amphitheater type setting, you know. So, where Jamaica stands international in sporting clays is we have not achieved the level of where the members of the past in Skeet were internationally, but we're on our way. We represent Jamaica is well represented at the World Championships
Hold on,
almost
just
every year.
one moment. We're just past the break. Let's take the time signal and come back, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8:46 on Power 106. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're featuring and learning from our friends from the uh, Driftwood Club, uh, and it's their 20th anniversary. I think that's what you said, Christina. Hello?
that's what I said.
Yes, there you are. Uh-huh. Right. So, sorry, we had to cut for a moment there for the time signal. Craig Simpson, can you pick up on the point you were making in terms
Yes.
of, yes.
So I'm saying, Dervan, that we send a team to the World Championships. It's held ultimately between the England and the USA. This is the World English Championships, which is really the World Championships of sporting clay shooting. And it's held last year. We sent a team to England, and this year we are sending our team again to
in New Jersey this year in the U.S. So we are well represented, and as I said to you, we are improving. Our standard is rising each year, but it's a moving target because as we improve, also the world is improving.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take it as a profession, as you would have professional teams out of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
It's really almost a hobby for us, but a serious one. And
Yes.
our members work diligently, to bring their skill levels up to international standards. And the future, Dervan is with the youth,
Yes.
and young Aliana, who is online, is displaying, what our, founding members and even current members, are all, looking forward and hoping to, the juniors is where the future lies, and, we are well represented there.
Yes. Let's say hello to Aliana once again. Hi, Aliana. How are you?
Hi, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Morning. Fine, thanks. And what does this sport mean to you, Aliana?
Honestly, this sport honestly just provides a time that I can bond with my parents and get away from school or any other stress and just take my mind off of everything else that may be going on and focus on one thing that I enjoy doing. So it honestly just provides me with an escape from the chaos that might be happening around me.
Mhm. And did you how did you come to be engaged in the competitive aspect of the sport?
Well, my parents had started um, shooting in 2015, and I had always followed them to the driftwood shoot. And one time after we were leaving the driftwood shoot, in particularly, I said I wanted to stop just spectating and I just wanted to join. So ever since then, I just started practicing, and then after a few junior tournaments, I had started entering more competitive tournaments.
Mhm. And how has it been going so far?
It's definitely been an interesting journey, but I'd say that I'm definitely on a good path with a bright future.
And in terms of competition, what is ahead of you?
So we actually have a tournament tomorrow at True Juice, and that will be the PWD shoot, and then after that we'll have a tournament in Okeechobee, Florida, which would be the Jack Links, and that's also a really major shoot for us. So those are the next two upcoming.
Mhm. And how do you view your standing in the sport by virtue of uh, your performance so far?
As in a general term, or
Yes.
in like well, I try not to think about any like because I feel like to think about that you'd have to compare yourself to other people,
And you don't
and
want to
then
do that.
exactly.
Mm.
So even if in the basics of a squad when you're shooting, naturally you'd start to compare yourself to maybe somebody that you deem a good shooter. But once you start taking your mind off of really yourself and what's happening in front of you, once you just stop being present in the task, especially at the task at hand, then you start to just might start make mistakes that are unnecessary. You start to just drop birds for no reason and start wondering why.
Mhm.
And your brain goes on a whole walk. When really you just need to be present with yourself and focus on what you're doing.
Have you ever tried other sports, or are you involved in other sports?
I have tried a lot of other sports before. I've done gymnastics, swimming, and karate, football.
Oh
But I
wow! Oh,
mean,
wow.
but I mean, I did when I started traveling for shooting. I had to stop swimming and football at the time because the traveling with the school was just too much for me to all handle. And at the end of the day, I just had to see what would have to come first. And obviously, first came school, and then second shooting. So then everything else I had to walk away from.
Okay, so I would imagine no regrets then, walking away.
No, I think I made the right decision in the end.
All right. Thank you very much. Hold it right there, please. Let's bring Christina East back into the discussion here. Is so there is there is a federation or an organization, a parent entity. Is that it? Oh, as just as any other sport, Christina?
Pardon me, I didn't hear you. What was that?
No, I was just asking how of the management of the of your association, your sporting body. Is
Uh-huh.
there's an overarching local and international entity?
No, it's local. It's a local entity.
Oh, okay, okay.
The local entity.
But when you travel, you are you're not you're under another umbrella.
No, I think well, Craig can elaborate more than that, more on that,
Okay.
because when they travel, it's either they travel independently, competing on their own, or they travel as a group representing Jamaica Ski Club,
Oh,
or representing Jamaica.
Understood.
Right. But
Right,
Driftwood Gun Club doesn't represent itself internationally. We
understood.
represent ourselves here locally in Jamaica as a group.
Yes, yes, Craig.
The Jamaica Ski Club is actually the governing body for sporting clays and clay target shooting in Jamaica. And Driftwood Gun Club would be one of several local hunting clubs which uses sporting clays as what would I say, as a event slash, promotional opportunity outside of the bird hunting season.
Okay.
So throughout the year, there are, let us say, 10 different clubs that host events. At which some of these events are used for team selection purposes, as well as the Jamaican Ski Club has independent events which are used for argument's sake to determine the national champion. So the short answer is the Jamaica Ski Club is the local body, and we go off representing Jamaica and the Jamaica Ski Club when we travel abroad.
Okay. Good. Fair enough. Got you. Got you. All right. So how how would you describe the the current trend in terms of have there been any significant changes, or it's just a set sport like any other, and you move on from there?
There are always changes. Dervan, the targets get faster. The machines, become more powerful. The target setters become more creative. The, even the targets, they have different colors that play tricks with you depending on the background. So it's an evolving sport, just about anything else. And it's about trying to keep up with the international standards.
Yes. Any connection or association with the Jamaica Rifle Association?
Not really. The Jamaica Rifle Association is actually the local representative for the Olympic disciplines. Still, but we're not really affiliated as far as I'm aware. I'm actually not on the managing committee of the club. I don't want to speak factually, but not to my knowledge.
Okay, understood. And in terms of competition now, is are you do you have a ranking here in Jamaica in terms of who is who are the leading performers at this sport?
You're speaking to one, which is Craig.
I guess the numbers would speak for themselves.
Mhm.
There is a program in place to determine the national shotgun champion annually. Currently, the reigning champion is Christian Sasso, and there would be the results would be there to determine who would be ranked in order, in order. I, from memory, I think it's Chad Zade, who was the previous champion, I think, finished second. But Dervan, I don't have the data.
I understand. I
Yeah,
understand.
right.
No problem.
But perhaps you should understand that there are different classes, though.
Okay.
So you have different classes from A right down to hunters, to ladies, to juniors, to sub juniors. So there are different rankings for different categories of people based on the scores that they shoot. And I should also answer a question further to what Craig said, as in what changes have taken over the years. And one of the most important things is the introduction of that. There's a lot more ladies shooting. A lot more ladies shooting in the past 25 years, and a lot more juniors coming into shoot from the school program, which has been instrumental by Kalimazan. And there's a lot more training and development going on from that perspective, which is why we have young people like Ariana shooting, because they have come up through that kind of program where the juniors, the children come with their parents, and so they start to learn. And so we have a lot of juniors shooting, and that is why Ariana has a score where she's in the A class. She's one of the first ladies in A class. If I'm correct, Craig?
That's correct.
Right.
That's correct.
And so that is inspiration for one juniors and an inspiration for also the ladies. Her mother is also a shooter, a top class lady shooter as well, Wendy McMaster. So we have seen a lot of ladies. I mean, when I was shooting long ago, there was a lady by the name of Patsy Kelly, who is Tony Kelly's wife. And she was somebody I would admire shooting and wanted to shoot like her because she was a top grade shooter. And over the years, you've seen a lot of women come in and, just bring more life. So it's not fully male dominated. It's very much so men and women.
Okay.
So that is something that's a change that I have seen.
Well, I thank you all very much for enlightening my darkness on this subject. But I've learned a lot in the short space of time that we've been doing this interview. I want to congratulate Aliana and all the others, of course, Craig and all the other shooters for helping to further enrich Jamaica's sporting talent at home and abroad. Sorry, we're out of time. We could go on for a while longer, but we're going to have to leave it here for now. But thank you all so much for getting up early to talk with us on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. So, listeners, you've been hearing from our guests in this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, involved in sporting clay, and this is the Jamaica Skeet Club, and more precisely here, the Driftwood Club, and they continue to do their part in representing Jamaica in sporting clay. We're out of time. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm wishing everybody a safe and peaceful weekend.
Thank you for joining the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
9:02 on Power 106.
Join us every Sunday for Indian Talent on Parade with Dr. Winston Dolan from 5 to
Hello.
6 p.m. Listen and learn
Good
all you
morning,
need to know
mister.
about the
How are
Indian
you?
community, culture, and music. That's Indian Talent on Parade with
Oh,
Dr. Winston Dolan, 5 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, right here on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
uh-huh.
Giving Jamaica a better music mix.
I'm sure I
This
should be able to
is
share the
Power
number.
106.
Let me see which number I have here. Thank you. Let me see, doctor. That was spelled differently. Hold on, let me see. So the number I'm seeing is hold on just a moment. The number I'm seeing